In this episode, I'm here with Jill and Josh Stanton from Screw the 9 to 5, and we're going to show you how you can retain more members and, if interested, build an online business from what you already know how to do.
If you own a gym or you need a gym, this is your guy.
My name's Mike, and I help fitness studios that are ready to take action, work hard, and grow their studios. In this very saturated industry, there's tons of competition, but the opportunities are incredible. We'll cover the most common challenges in the fitness world and invite guests in the show that have learned to overcome them and share their strategies with you. This is the GSD Show. What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Arce. Welcome back to another episode of the GSD Show, and today I am here with Jill and Josh Stanton from Screw the 9 to 5. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
Absolutely.
Excited.
You got his name right?
Yep.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, we got Josh and we got another guy, John, that's about to come on, and it's like the May, March, June, July. I get all those mixed up. Okay, so we got you guys on, and now you guys aren't from Scottsdale, which is where we're at, right? Where are you guys from?
We live in Vancouver, but
I live in
Josh
Vancouver.
is
I'm from Australia, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll try and keep my swearing to a minimum if I can.
That's okay. We actually just had an Australian on the show, like an episode or two ago. Yeah. The guy who founded the company MyZone, the MyZone belts people wear,
nice.
They go to the exercise, everything's on the tile.
Cool.
So yeah, we got the act. And we have an employee at Loud Rumor that, not from Australia, but has an amazing Australian impression. Most people can't do it without switching to British. And he
I'm
does
horrible.
That's
I'm
impossible.
horrible.
Yeah, no, he's got it down.
On, so.
He's got it. All right, so now you guys have a company called Screw the 9 to 5. And for everyone that's watching and everyone listening, we're going to be talking a lot about how what they do in their business is actually like a parallel system to what people should be doing in order to retain members, which in the fitness industry is bad. And if you don't think it's bad in your place, it's probably because you don't run the numbers. Probably the biggest chance. This is where. So here we go. We got a podcaster here.
Here we go.
Breaking rule.
I'm horrified.
I'm gonna pay for that one later. Don't worry.
We're gonna keep that, Sam. We're gonna keep that.
I'm starting to sweat. It's
okay. It was just the tax man.
Yeah. Okay.
Later.
So the same principles are going to be applied to retaining members, and the reason that's an important topic for this industry is because this industry has it bad. And I was at a Mind Body conference. It was last October, and it was in Hollywood, and they were dropping stats left and right. And one of the stats just floored me. I couldn't believe it. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. Where if let's say you were to sign up to a fitness studio on January 1st, the following year, January 1st, the average fitness studio is able to retain 10% of their members.
That blows my mind.
And that's the average. The best retains at 30. Now, if you're watching or listening going, not me, I retain like 80, 90%, you probably either are not running the numbers or you're a unicorn, and appreciate that. But here's the thing, don't just think of your best customers. This includes the people that come in for a month and leave. This includes the people that you couldn't help, right? They got pregnant, the doctor said, with your condition, you should not work out. And so even though you may not feel like it's your fault, that still counts, right? That still counts. So with all of that, the average shooter is only able to retain 10%. And so we're going to talk about how your system, which I know because I've seen it being done, if you can run that same system in fitness, you'll be able to retain a lot more members there. And we're also going to talk about how you guys use Facebook groups to build a great community, because that's something that also people in the fitness industry know could help their business, but I don't think they value it enough to make the moves. So we're going to be talking about that as well, and then how you guys have really just built your business and really created this awesome where you can work wherever you're at, right?
Movement.
You don't have an office, do you? If you do, it's choice.
Nope.
We don't. We have coffee
Screw
shops.
HQ is like our second bedroom in our house.
I like that kind of play on words. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about, real quick before we dive into the lessons that people can get a ton of value from, I want them to know who you are. Let's hear your story. How did you start your business, and when did you start your business?
Yeah, so we actually got started together in our first business together.
Husband and wife team?
Yeah.
Husband and wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've made it through.
Baby on the way.
Baby on the way. Yeah.
Just see how things go then. We'll
Okay.
keep working together.
Are you
and
thinking
running-
of pulling the plug?
No, that's not possible.
But yeah, we started our first business together back in 2012, and before that, we each had our own separate businesses. But around the same time as each other, we were kind of feeling disenchanted by what each of us were doing. And I remember we were just talking about, like, maybe we should try something together. Like, what would that look like? And we were like, what could we start? And Josh, we were kind of like, let's start a skincare website. So random, so out of
So really quick,
out of
just
nowhere.
proof right there, guys, that I know there's a lot of speakers and authors, they say like, just do what you love. You know, here's
That
the-
actually drives me mental.
Yeah, here's the thing. Sometimes the dots aren't all connected
Yeah.
to do that right away. You know, actually the funny thing is, I'm doing what I love now with this, right?
Yes.
And
But
the
did you
coaching.
start that way?
I didn't even think of this
Yeah.
concept in high school or college or even 5 years ago. I didn't even know this existed. It's like when you meet somebody at a barbecue and you go, what do you do for a living? I replace lights on airplane wings. You go, that's a job?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things that you don't even know. You got to work your way in. And you guys, you just said, what can we do?
Yeah.
What do we have the skill set to do? Learn and grow.
Because
know-
I
you
didn't
know-
feel like I had a passion at the time.
Well, I just want to say, like, we started from the point of like, hey, if we were to have the kind of lifestyle that we want, what would we be doing? Like, what is like the top thing? And it was like, okay, I think we'd have a business for sure, because that business is going to give us the freedom. Because you have a job, you only got vacation time. It's very very limited as far as freedom goes. So business was the first thing. Secondly, we were like, okay, if we're going to build a business, what are the other things we want in our lifestyle? There was like location independence, as well as time freedom. And so location independence meant we needed to start an online business. And every product that we looked to sell from that point on was going to allow us to be like, hey, if we're going to get up and like go to like Thailand tomorrow, can we still run our business? And the answer was yes, with the first one. So it was like, okay, let's just start a blog in like skincare, because I know people are buying skincare related products.
Online.
And hey, like, we just got to do our research and we'll be able to create content around this. And that's exactly what we did. We learned so much
You're
about
not even
skincare.
skincare experts when you
No.
decided to do it.
No.
So there's a really great book, which is one of my favorite movies as well. It's Catch Me If You Can
Yep.
with Leonardo DiCaprio. And this is just an example, because I think what holds a lot of people back from getting started is that they think they don't know enough yet. And I think that's trained in us, because, you know, think about college. You go, before you get a job, go to college and really master something, whether it's communication or law or medicine or whatever. And then once you've mastered it and you've learned it, now go get a job. As opposed to like, just learn as you go, which is really what people did before colleges existed and you guys are able to do now. But Catch Me If You Can, there's a part in the book where it's amazing. And you talk about the guy and one of the things he did is he went to an Ivy League school. I can't remember if it was like Yale or Harvard, big time school you guys heard of. And he actually was a professor and taught sociology for a semester. And no one knew that he wasn't a professor. Right? Doesn't know anything about sociology. And so when he was being interviewed and investigated, they said, how did you pull off being a sociology professor in a school like this
Yeah.
and never getting caught? And he goes, out of everything, that was the easiest one. I just had to read one chapter ahead of the class. That's it, right? And so as long as you know more than the guy, you can already start teaching them. And so
Yeah.
you guys said, look, all we got to do is just start learning about skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can start like helping people with their skincare decisions.
And we
Totally.
just started testing the products ourselves to see what happened.
Yeah, I mean, like we looked at the other people in the space, and we're like, hey, like I think we can do this. I think we can actually like learn, because they were just writing about stuff that they were learning, you know, online and things too. And so we're like, hey, I think we can do this. We just have to be really consistent, and that's exactly what we did. We were so consistent with like blogging, with guest posting, all that kind of stuff, like trying to get attention on a consistent basis, which I think a lot of business owners take for granted, the importance of being consistent. But for us, it was like, hey, this is what we need to do. Let's just be consistent and we'll make it happen. And I think within the first, like it took us like 4 months to get to a point where we were making like $1,000 a month. And then like, then pretty quickly from there, we were making like a full-time living from
Now
one
let's talk
site.
about how you started turning
enough.
turning your traffic into money.
Yeah.
So what was that 1,000 made up of?
So the 1,000 was made up of, we were promoting other products so other skincare products,
And they would give you an affiliate commission.
we would get a commission for it. And this is something that like someone watching right now, if you have a studio, like people are buying products. You know, people are buying yoga mats, they're buying like water bottles,
Apparel.
they're buying apparel, they're buying all these things right now, and they're probably buying it online. And I can almost guarantee you that there are programs that you can sign up for, and if you promote those products to your customers, they go and buy it, you can get commissions for that.
And there's sites, I remember like ClickBank, right? And you guys probably know a ton of them, but so you basically say, hey, this guy's already got a business and he wants to sell more of his stuff. And this guy basically opts in to a company or a site where he says, hey, look, anybody here wants to sell this for me, I'll give them a commission.
Yep.
And then you guys are the ones that go in and you say, yeah, I'll sell that. I'm literally creating content for it, and I'll basically get my audience to listen to my recommendations now that the trust is there.
Yeah.
And I get to sell it.
Exactly.
And I think one thing that's always been our strength is we know how to get attention online. Like even when we didn't know what the F we were doing because it was our first business together, we still realized that, oh, okay, all we have to do is get on other people's platforms that are aligned with what we want to say and sell.
That was
And it figures it out from there, you know?
Yeah.
And you just keep at that. You just keep going.
Yeah, I feel like attention is one of those things that is becoming more and more challenging to sort of keep these days. And, you know, we were just talking about this before. We were saying that quote, ubiquity is the new exclusivity. And it's almost true. It's like people, you know, you have to kind of like be in multiple places as far as like online goes, be on multiple social media platforms. You got to always kind of be there. Showing up for when people are looking to buy your products and services.
Now here's the crazy thing. These guys, just to show you how easy it is. So everyone that's listening and watching, for the most part, our audience is at fitness studio, independent gym, or like massage, cryotherapy, that kind of deal, right? So they have locations where really they just want to own people within 3 to 5 miles of their location. That's it. You guys had to fight to get attention from all over the country. It's not like you said, just this zip code.
All over the world.
All over the world,
Yeah.
right? So for you guys, think about that. You just have to get that attention, what they did, in 5 miles. You know how
So much
easy
easier.
that is?
Oh my God.
But it's hard for people that don't know what to do.
Of course.
Because they're going, how do I do that? So, but places like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah.
Google, you can say, I only want to show my stuff to people within 5 miles, and that are women, and that are between 25 and 55, and that show interest in organic eating or healthy lifestyle or
Yeah.
something like that,
You have
right?
so many options online now that just didn't exist even when we were starting out.
So
like,
true.
Yeah.
And by the way, like when I said like, you know, you have to be aware, that's like us, you know, we have to do that. But if you're running a local studio and all you're trying to do is reach the people in your local area, you don't have to do everything. I would just say pick one thing and get really good at that.
And just do it over and
Just
over
over
and
and
over and often and often and often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because the difference, what really makes a celebrity? At the end of the day, it's just, I've seen you somewhere before.
Yeah.
It's attention.
That's
Attention.
it. And
It's
then
attention.
the bigger celebrity you are, it's I've seen you in more places,
Yeah.
in more important things, or with more important people.
Yes.
Right? That's all. That's the difference
That's
between
a
A actor,
great
B actor,
definition.
C actor.
Yeah.
You don't have C actors that are better actors. I mean, you may have C actors that are better actors than A actors, but the A actor knows how to get attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like a Megan Fox was an A for a little while, but it's
Yeah.
because she knew how to get attention. There are B people that can act better than Megan Fox.
sure.
Yeah.
Right?
No
And so,
offense, Meg.
Yeah, no offense, Meg, right? In case we have you on the show, which I don't know why. We are John Goodman, right? But you know, if for you guys, don't think you have to be like this amazing, crazy personality or the most experienced fitness person just because a guy down the block's been doing it for 20 years and you've been doing it for 2. You just have to be in front of them over and over and over.
And I think all you actually have to be is real with people.
Right.
That's what they're looking for. They're looking for resonance. They're looking for relatability. They're looking for connection. And so when you're saying like, oh, you don't have to be on all these platforms, I also think a big thing here is to invite other people to join in on the sharing. You know, so if they walk into your studio, you're like, if you hashtag this, like hashtag your check-in or hashtag your workout. A brand that is really good at this, I talk about them all the time, Josh makes fun of me, but in your space, in the health and fitness space, is Tone It Up. They have such a rabid audience
Really?
who hashtag all their check-ins with their workouts. Like, They have people who have set up Instagram profiles with their brand name in it, like TIU Sarah or
Wow.
TIU Girl. That was a horrible example, but like you get what I mean. They have bought into it.
Would you say like the reason why they were able to grow that big was because they were just consistent?
They were
just more
consistent, they were
consistent.
real, they weren't trying to be big and flashy. They were just like, we're two chicks on a beach working out, like come join in on it.
This is how I would be normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if I met you. And that's the thing, people on camera, they think they have to be different.
I,
In reality, if you're goofy and silly when you're with your closest friends and your family,
people want to see that.
well, and you're gonna do that best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the most authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else is gonna be unauthentic. And sometimes people don't trust people and they can't really put their finger on why. And usually it has to be because I feel like you're being someone you're not. You're not
Yes.
being real.
And think about people who are coming into your studio. They don't want to be met with a cold persona like, here, check in,
Right.
welcome back. They want to be met by like a friendly face, especially if you have a very localized business. It is in your best interest to be yourself and to be personable and to be relatable. That's what people want. Like, they don't want to feel like, oh, I'm going in to work out and I actually hate it.
Right.
They want to be like, oh, I'm going to go to Sarah's studio today because she has this kick-ass class.
And then every time I see her on
Yeah.
Facebook from now that I go there, it's even
Yeah.
crazier,
Yeah.
right?
And you're going to spread the word because you love Sarah.
Right, exactly.
Because she provides a great service and she makes you feel great.
So before we dive back into how you transition from the skincare to the Screw the 9 to 5,
Yes. Oh yeah, we haven't
I want
talked
to
about
use,
that.
no, this is great because this is exactly what I think people, this is more important than learning how to do lead gen to me.
I agree.
Because here's what I would do if I opened up a new fitness studio in a new town and I don't know anybody, I'm starting from scratch, there's competition all around. First thing I would do is I would say, every day I'm putting out content.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I'm gonna make a video and knowing I'm gonna get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like your members or your clients that go, I don't know how to do a push-up, and you look at them and you're like, oh, they really don't know how to do a push-up. Their waist is all down, they're barely bending their elbows, their neck's all jacked. You know, and you know that you just have to correct it, and over time, that's how it is, right? So I would do content every day, and I would promote it to a specific audience, let's say women 25 to 55 that live within 5 miles, right? And I would just promote it every single day. And I would start with the same thing. Hey, what's up? It's Mike Arce. Or, what's up, guys? It's Mike Arce. Whatever it is, over and over. Wear the same color, maybe, just to easily get there fast.
Yeah.
And then I will do that every day, and I know within a month to 3 months tops, with an investment of maybe $1,000 tops, which trust me, it's not a lot of money. With the
Yeah.
money you're losing by not doing this later, I wouldn't be able to go to a grocery store in town. I wouldn't be able to go to a restaurant in town or a Walgreens or a CVS without somebody either recognizing me and not saying something and just giving the look, or somebody coming up, hey, I see you on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
And now that's where you can just go, why don't you come into our studio?
Yeah. Or
Right?
host an
Come on
opening
in.
launch party or
Right.
something like that. Like preceding that with content while you get everything set up in your studio,
Right.
and then be like a neighborhood launch party. Like, I would love to meet our local neighbors.
100%. And
That
you can even
stuff.
do, so now the person and I've done this with my stuff, right? Because the GSD show's done that for me. It's hard if it's not just local.
Yeah.
But now you see me at the grocery store. I see you all the time on Facebook. Really? What's your name? My name is
Yeah.
Mike. Okay, great. Hey, hold on one second. Let's do this real quick. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm
Yeah.
here with Jill, and she actually sees our stuff on Facebook. And Jill, just say what's up to everybody.
And I'm like, what up, players?
Yeah, what up, boys? And we'll see you guys soon. And now, when she goes to her friends, hey, check it out. You're going to
Yeah.
follow it just for that,
Yeah.
right? But you're going to show your friends because you're with the girl that you know everyone else knows.
Or like, here's a free workout pass. Boom.
It's
Who's
so,
not going to take that stuff?
Yeah, come on
I
in
kind of want
on
to do
me.
this
Yes.
as like just an example, like a case study. Like I kind of just want to run ads in like our little neighborhood and just see how many people like come up and be like, oh, I've seen you on
You
Facebook.
know what? That's a good idea. Let's do this. For everyone listening and watching, I will help you build a strategy for free if you're willing to do a case study. And I don't know, maybe that's where you're going too, but I know I do.
I like it.
I will be willing to do an entire strategy for free on showing you how to do this in your own audience, in your own area, as long as you execute, and that's it.
I love that.
And whatever you guys want to do, that's up to you guys. I really don't care, but I feel like that's just an amazing idea.
It's an amazing strategy.
Everybody should just be known.
Yeah.
Yes.
Period.
I love that.
Okay, so now that we got that out of our system, so you guys are this this company or this blog now, and these experts on skincare, experts to the people that don't know
Yeah,
anything, or maybe even
experts.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
And now you go, okay, well, let's build this other company, Screw 9 to 5.
Well, it kind of
Screw
happened
Gunner.
like, yeah. So we built up our business to over 30 websites in various niches. And it kind of was getting to the point that, you know, people thought we weren't working anymore because I used to be a bartender, so I had quit my job and we were just working online, and people would be like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, what is happening right
like
now?
we're living overseas, and they're like, well, you've been overseas for a year now. Like, don't you need to come back and go to work?
Well, this is even pre-Thailand. So we were actually on our wedding week in Costa Rica, and we're having a few rums. And
It's Costa Rica. I mean, come on,
just
let's-
keeping it real. It was our wedding week. And we were just talking about this, and we were already moving to Thailand because there was a digital nomad community there.
Yeah.
And we had been getting a lot of these questions, like, what are you guys
Wait,
doing?
is there really a digital?
Yeah, there's a huge one.
Really?
Huge.
Thailand?
Yeah,
in
it's
Southeast Asia in general.
That's interesting. Okay.
Vietnam. Yeah, anyways. And so we were talking about, like, maybe we should start sharing this story. Like, we would love a way to connect with other people who are doing this stuff. We're a husband and wife team, or soon to be.
And it was also getting frustrating, like telling our friends and family, like one on
same
one,
thing
like
over
the
and
same
over.
thing over. We're like, let's just blog about this, and
Right.
then we just like go check
Yeah.
out our website.
And
Made
so
it
we were like,
easier.
what would we call it? And again, the rum. I was like, screw the 9 to 5. And we were like, oh my God, is that
Our
actually
phone is
available?
like, we're registering it right now.
You went to GoDaddy, it was available,
Yeah.
and you were
It was
like,
like-
done. Isn't that the
Yeah.
best feeling when you go to, because I think we have what, like 180 domains, Sam? And there's no better feeling than getting a domain that you really want, and
Yeah.
you know it's good, and you're wondering if it's taken, and then it says the green.
Yeah.
The green icon.
Yeah.
You're like, yes,
You're
get
like,
it right
register
now.
that shit.
Yeah.
But sometimes it tricks you now, where it's green, but it's like a premium domain, so it's like
Like
$10,000,
$3,995. Yeah, I hate that.
So we hit the go button on that, and it's since then been, honest to God, like, not to sugarcoat it, but it's been actually it's not even sugarcoating, just keeping it real. It's been like a 5-year process of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what works and cutting what doesn't and scaling what does and building a strong community around a movement.
I think that's the key word right here, is like a movement. You know, like, I think like not enough people talk about this, you know, like everyone just wants to do all the marketing and stuff like that. But is there a way that you could maybe build a movement around like what it is that you're doing? You know, like for us, we didn't even realize, we were just like, let's just blog about like what it's like to screw the 9 to 5 and live this kind of lifestyle. But we didn't realize like, wow, there's actually a lot of people who resonate with this. And it was a huge thing, you know, like we haven't had to market that hard because we started off by building a movement in an area that people really wanted. So that's a huge thing to think about for sure.
That's cool. Did you by any chance get screwed the 8 to 5 too, just in case?
Just in
Yeah.
Because
case.
that's kind of where the world's gone.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
commented the other day, 9 to 5, more like 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Like 7 a.m. to 8
Yeah, well,
p.m.
because when I grew up, my mother worked 9 to 5, but now, I mean, that's the job for it.
Yeah.
We're going
Workforce
to
now.
register that domain then.
Yeah, get it quick. Okay, so now you guys started this business, and so what I want to transition to now is, we obviously know what Screw the 9 to 5 is. Your mission with that business is to help people find a way to create income outside of their getting a paycheck at a company and be able to do their own business, like you guys
Yeah.
are able to do with the skincare.
Call the
thing
shots
or
in their
something
own
else,
life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And so now you guys are on the mission to do that. And now, how many paying members have you been able to get into your system?
Okay, so we currently have 848, but I mean, we have a membership so people churn out. Overall, I don't even know how many the general overall number is. Maybe like, I mean, we've had this for 2.5 years, so maybe like 1,600 all up.
Yeah.
But then we have one-off products. We do live events.
So let's talk about that. So let's say 850.
Yeah.
Okay.
850 people giving you money in order to learn from you on how you were able to screw the 9 to 5.
And also how to connect with other
That's the
That
big
are doing
one
it
too.
successful,
Yeah.
right? Because this guy figured out a way to do it, and he's got a website, and now they're all sharing information.
and they can
helping.
work
Well,
with each other as well.
And just like
Yeah.
any entrepreneur probably knows, this can be a lonely journey. You know, like if your friends and family don't really get what it is you're trying to do, they're going to ask you questions like, are you still working? You know what I mean? And then you
It's
feel like
it's-
garbage.
It's a public holiday. Why are you working?
Yeah,
Because I want
but
to.
a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
entrepreneurs crave that, like entrepreneurial loneliness is a real thing, you know? So we wanted to create a space where they could come and connect. Like I'm a big believer that connection is the bedrock of community. And we wanted to create a space where people could feel less alone.
Yeah, and I guess like talking to the people watching in right now, you know, like that's almost like our gym membership. You
Yeah.
know, like that's like our people that come in and every month we deliver something to them.
And they're paying about as much as gym
And
membership.
Yeah.
about as much.
And
yeah.
our retention's a bit better.
Yeah, well, a lot better, right?
Yeah.
So let's say for me, if I wanted to join your program, what's the average program look like?
So to join, so we have like one-off kind of things, but to join Screw You, you pay $179 join fee just to get started, and then you pay $79 per month.
That's a gym membership.
It's a gym
Yeah.
membership.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
And,
we actually use that as one of the models. Like we looked at Equinox and like what they do, and they have like a join fee, which I love because it creates an extra layer of commitment,
Yeah.
which is very important for people in health, but also business owners too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially, when you come in, like we give you like a self-identification survey to figure out where you're at in your journey, and then we tailor your experience inside Screw You to give you the training you need at that point to propel you forward. So it's kind of customized to every single person, but I mean, Screw You in general is more of a generalized membership in that it's a community, but it's also coaching and courses.
Now here's what's really cool about having like a paid community like that is that's like one layer of your product, right? Of your product suite. So there's people paying every single month, having that recurring revenue is really, really great. But the fact that you have those customers that trust you so much, they're willing to like pay you every single month, means that, hey, maybe they're interested in other things as well. And so like one of the things that we're doing now is we do like in-person events on top
Which
of...
you're doing in Austin.
Which you're doing in Austin coming
What, like
up.
this month or next month?
Next week.
Next week, exactly.
Okay, so by the time this comes out, it might already be over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or like, let's say, an online entrepreneur, like they want to learn about really specific things. They want to get good at certain things. Let's say they want to get really good at Facebook advertising. And so we could hold a boot camp that is focused just around that. And so we would charge extra for that. It was like a 2-day kind of boot camp.
Wow.
And those customers who are really interested in that, they're going to go and they're going to purchase that. So you're actually like earning additional revenue
Sure.
off your existing customers.
So just you two. Any employees?
Yeah.
We do. Okay, so how many employees you guys have? How does that work?
Three mostly full-time. I call them the lady mafia, and then two VAs as well, and then the two of us.
So the virtual assistants you have, and you probably like a part-time type fee or something like that. And then you have 3 full-time people, but that's it. And you guys essentially have a 7-figure plus business.
We're in the high 6 figures.
Because you're,
Yeah.
if any, you're close. You're like
Yeah.
right
we're
there.
We're going to cross
We're on
it,
the cusp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible, guys.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Okay.
I mean, it's been a journey, but
Yeah.
we're grateful for it.
that's. Oh, I mean, you got to have staff of like 5 people
Yeah.
and 2 virtual assistants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, there's a phrase out there. This is important for everybody watching, listening. Revenues for vanity, profits for sanity, but cash is king.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, it's
so
so good.
revenues for vanity. Oh, we're a
love
7-figure company. Yeah, but you're broke.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Yes.
lot of
Oh my
broke,
God.
in the red, 7-figure businesses.
Dude, we had a whole conversation around this yesterday with some of the other speakers at this event, and it was so refreshing to hear other people have that perspective, because I am the exact same way. I'm just like, okay, I get it. You have a multi-7-figure business, but
Right.
like, what does that really
Where are
mean?
you at
Like,
in your
can we
business?
strip away the bullshit
Right.
You
online?
can't determine the health of a business
Yeah.
based off revenue.
Well, and that's the thing. And so to define it, just so you guys know, because a lot of people have a hard time understanding between the profit and the cash part. So revenue for vanity, obviously, like we're this, right?
Yeah.
That's for everyone else. Profit for sanity, that really just talks about all the things that you have to spend, like your cost of goods sold and the mandatory things you have to keep, and then there's all the other stuff that you can scrap, because now you can go, okay, do we need this office? Do we need this? That's what keeps me sane. I can eliminate this. This is our gross here. But then cash at the end of the day, we got a 30% net profit, or we got a 20% net profit. And usually we want to keep, just so you guys know, at least a 10% net profit, just to be what's considered healthy. But then you got to go up from there. So, and that's the number you should be focusing on, is how can I drive that number bigger and bigger?
And it's
that's
not
where-
sexy, so no
that's-
one really talks
that's
about
where
that.
I wanna
Well, it's not just so much it's not sexy.
Yeah.
Society's taught us to not talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're having
Because
this
that
conversation.
means that's how much I'm making.
Yeah.
right? For some reason, it's okay to talk about how much the business is making.
Yes.
You can't know how much I'm making.
I know, it's
and the
so
funny
weird.
thing is, profit doesn't necessarily mean that's how much the owner's making.
Yeah.
In most cases, it really means that's how much the company's making.
Yeah.
Now you guys want to host an event,
Yeah.
it's funded.
Yeah.
You guys want to have, you guys want to create a new podcast, you got to get all new cameras, it's funded.
Yeah.
You know, but there's that weird, it's society, you know?
It's
Okay, so go ahead.
effed up.
Well, what I was going to say is like, you know, I feel like there's so many similarities between what we're doing and what like a local gym owner or a studio owner is doing, because we do have that baseline revenue, but I think a lot of people stop there. They're like, okay, I'm just going to have this baseline revenue. I'm just going to like get my members and that's it. But for us, that's the starting point. Like as soon as someone becomes a member of Screw You, that's the starting point. At that point, we're like, you know, like how else can we help this entrepreneur reach their goals? What else can we provide to them as far as products and services go that's going to help them get to those results faster?
Right.
And I feel like it's the same thing in the health space. You know, like you should be thinking, all your customers, all your members and stuff are in there. You should be thinking every day, like, I wonder what else I could do to get these people results faster. I wonder if I could do some kind of boot camp around this like new thing, or I can learn this like new skill.
And
that
that's
I
a
can bring
problem
in.
people in this industry face because they feel like they're already getting paid and now they're being salesy by adding additional things.
Yeah.
Because what they're thinking is they're only thinking about the reason they're doing it. What they're saying is, no, I don't want people, then they think I'm trying to sell them more stuff and get more money out of them. No, you want to give them more of what they signed up for.
Yeah. And I'm like, welcome to business, homie. Like
Yeah.
that's sales are the lifeblood.
Start
Yeah.
by thinking like going into be like, how can I get someone results faster?
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, what are the intensives that we could do? What are the boot camps that we could do that we know a lot about? And we know if we work with someone for 2 days straight, we're going to change their lives. We're going to change their businesses because they're going to be able to walk away from this Facebook ad boot camp or whatever it is, and they're going to have so much confidence and certainty moving forward, and they're going to grow their business so much faster. So I feel like, you know, what can you do as a business owner to provide an even like more exclusive service to a certain number of your members that's really going to help them get results even faster?
And we've talked about this too in other episodes, but I know, you know, so many episodes in, 70 some episodes in, not everyone catches everything, but the business isn't made because you sell the burger.
Yeah.
The business is made off the fries and the shakes
Yeah.
and the sodas and all that stuff. And a lot of people sell the burger, but man, I kind of want fries and shakes with my food.
My favorite workout studios or exercise studios are the ones who have like the juice bars, because I'm a sucker for that. I always get sucked into
When
that.
I'm in a rush and I have
The
to go
towel
from work
service.
and you guys have pants or shorts and a shirt
Yes.
for me already, I can just
Yeah.
buy it there.
Yes, a towel service,
Towels.
like all of that kind of stuff. All these like little masterclass or like boot camps. I guess it wouldn't be masterclass, but boot camps where like a toning boot camp or something like that. You know, like certifications.
Even just like a diet boot camp.
Yeah.
You know, like 2 days,
Meal
like
planning.
full on. You're gonna walk away with like a plan, like a full on meal plan that's gonna actually help you get more
Yeah,
results.
we always got to remember why they're here.
Yeah.
Not why you need them to be here.
Yes.
You need them to be here because of money, and that's why you're thinking that.
Yeah.
They're here because they want to get in shape, and you should be providing other solutions to help them get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Facebook groups.
Okay.
So you guys have a Facebook group. You have two. You have one that you use for lead gen, and you have one that you actually have all your paying members in. But for a fitness studio, how can I use a Facebook group in order to build my business, keep my members, keep them happy, all that stuff?
So we were just talking about this before, right? And we were really like trying to like put ourselves in the shoes of someone who has like a local kind of business and how they can maybe use a Facebook group for lead gen. So one of the things that you came up with was, okay, if you're going to build a Facebook group, make sure like the name of your local area is in the actual Facebook group. So you're not going to get in people who are outside of like your local town, right? That's like the first kind of thing. So then people are going to come in. Maybe it's like CrossFit, like CrossFit
Scottsdale.
Cole Harbour, which
Or-
is
yeah.
like the local area that we live in, Vancouver. So it's like CrossFit Cole Harbour fan group or whatever, I don't know.
Josh is not in charge of naming things.
Yeah, you came up with Screw to 9 to 5, you keep it going. You
Yeah.
just buy the domain.
so those people are going to come in and maybe they want to like learn about CrossFit or whatever, and then they're going to come in. And one of the cool things with Facebook groups now is that when someone joins, you can actually ask them questions when they join now. I think it's 3 questions, right? So you can ask them questions, like maybe a simple question is like scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in CrossFit? And if they're like a 10, you can follow up with them and be like, hey, like, did you know that like like I run this box here in Cole Harbour. Like you should come in just for a little set. I'll give you a free session and we can get started.
That's my favorite thing. Like any freebies you can do, like come work out for, come have a workout session on me, or come do a session or CrossFit. I'm terrible with these terms, but like.
Well, but
come do
you're
a session
actually
on
right.
me.
We run different offers within the agency, and the offer that's literally returns twice as good results, and I'm talking about cost per lead and volume, it's a free week. Free week is the best offer.
Yeah.
The next best offer is a free 5-day pass. The next best paid offer is 30 for 30. But the free week kills it.
Yeah.
Because it creates that lack of risk.
That's how I got super indoctrinated into bar, because they had a free 10-day pass, and I was like, I'm in. I've always wanted to try this, and I stayed a member for in Vancouver for a year, and then I did one in Toronto for a year. I just loved it.
Yeah.
And you get these free passes, and you're like, why wouldn't I take this
That's
up?
all it is.
So you start building a group. People start joining that group. Okay. One of the really important things with groups is engagement. So you can't just start a group and be like, okay, there you go, just people
Now we
you
have
can
to
talk
Go
to each
ahead.
other. I don't have to do anything anymore. It's like you have to have some kind of like content plan in place. So for you, like one of the things that you do is you create these theme days. So like if you get really creative in your own space, you know, like in CrossFit, you could be like, I'm gonna butcher
What's
this
the best
for sure.
time that you've ever done a WOD in? Or like, what's your favorite WOD? Or
Yeah,
what-
like favorite WOD, like list your favorite
Yeah.
WOD, and then people will type that in the comments below. Every single time someone drops in the comments below, that's actually going to tell Facebook, and you know this, going to tell Facebook to serve that out to more people in the group. So then more people are seeing that engagement going on, and more people are seeing that in their newsfeed. It's going to make them more likely to want to eventually become a customer.
That's such a big thing with Facebook groups, because Facebook is an engagement-based platform. You have to play their game if you want reach, right? So when Josh is talking about theme days, so when I started my first group back in 2015, I just rolled with the simple set of like 7 theme days, right? And I used that for like a year straight. And then finally I was like, oh, maybe I should switch this up. Now I do 60 days. And I know that might sound like a little OTT, but it took me 3 hours to come up with it, because it doesn't have to be groundbreaking. Like, think about what are people interested in relation to my studio, right? So if it's fitness, what's your favorite post-workout smoothie? What's your favorite cheat meal? What's your favorite toning exercise? What's your favorite blah, blah, blah? Show me a picture of your favorite outfit, workout outfit, or like what's your favorite way to get your sweat on? Just
Well, like-
ask people questions
well,
they
like-
want to engage.
And then when they comment,
Yeah.
comment back with even
Yes.
some more questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Or just like cheer them on,
Right,
support them.
encouragement.
Yeah. It's simply behaving like a freaking human, but
Yeah.
online.
Starting with engagement in mind, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think a lot of people focus on like thinking, oh, if people like my things, then those numbers are really great. They're just vanity numbers, right? Engagement to me is someone actually like typing a comment, participating, asking questions as well. Like that's what you need to sort of work towards.
And once they enjoy the place, like once they participate in your group, they're gonna start building an affinity with it. They're always gonna attribute that back to your studio. What's gonna grow your memberships.
They start knowing the other people.
Exactly.
within
They
the
start
group.
Yeah.
spreading. Like, think about the cool stuff you could do. Like, we're gonna have a partner workout session, or like bring a friend day, or you know, you can do so many cool promotions that is just open to your free group members. You could promote that in your studio. Like, join our free Facebook group to get exclusive deals. Or, you know, there's
Now,
so
do
many
you guys
things you
have
can
a
do.
course or videos on how to run or build or run a Facebook group?
Yeah.
You
So we
do?
have 2 actually. We have one called Engage, and then one called Beyond 30,000.
How can like anybody find that?
EngageMiniCourse.com is the best way to.
Yeah.
EngageMiniCourse.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can send you the links, and then EngageMiniCourse.com/Beyond30K.
Yeah.
But I'll send you the
And-
links
and
just
by
so
the
no one
way-
has to remember that.
By the way, now's a really good time, okay, because Facebook has actually changed their mission statement. They've put the word community in their mission statement. And we're noticing all these upgrades
Yeah.
going on in the groups platform.
Insights.
Like all these
Really?
new things are coming in,
Announcements.
and we're just like, wow, it's almost every week there's something new. So you know Facebook is probably like,
It's going to make it better and better.
Oh,
Because
totally.
now you can
That's their
live within
focus.
it and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do Facebook Lives in there. Although, here's a
Polls.
little fun hack. If you're going to do Facebook Lives, do it from your page
And share it into
into
your
your
group.
group,
Yes.
so that anyone who's watching goes into your Facebook audience, which you can retarget with ads.
And those numbers stick on your page.
Yes.
exactly, yeah.
And And then what was I going to say? To build on what you were saying and how they're investing in groups, like now there's insights, you can see who your engaged members are. They identify new members now, so it'll say only visible to admins, new member joined however long ago. You can now welcome those people,
welcome
right?
them, reach out and say, hey, welcome to the community. Like,
There's badges for admins, like there's announcements that they now pull out all the new announcements you've made so people can view those.
Badges would be great. Do they do that? That would be good where it's like, you know how in Yelp, the more people you review, you become like the Duke of a restaurant? It's true. Like I got into Yelp for a little while because my wife and I'm very competitive. So it has nothing to do with the reviewing. It has to do with me winning. Yeah. And like you could become the Duke of a restaurant or what is it? The Duke of a restaurant if you have like the most check-ins.
And
Right.
you're like,
Or the
must
Duke
get
of anything.
all the check-ins.
Yeah, so I'm like looking for restaurants that like people aren't checking in just so I can get more, like become the Duke at more places. It's so ridiculous, but that'd be kind of cool where
Yeah,
like the
that
most
would
people
work.
that engage automatically get a badge.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of
I mean,
and they
it wouldn't
stand out in
surprise
front
me.
of the other members.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if they did that. And I'm so glad you brought that up because I think one of my favorite strategies is I call it spotting the stars. But there are always going to be people inside a Facebook group or a community in general that really take a kind of ownership over it.
yeah.
And I don't mean that in like, I'm trying to steal the group. They just
They feel like
love
ambassadors.
being
Yeah,
there.
they feel ambassador. And there's some people who have that personality type
Yeah.
where they just like love being social and like and being known, you
And
know?
helpful.
And
And so
helpful.
you can spotlight them, you can thank them, you can cheer them on, and you can give them significance inside this community of their local peers. There's so many
Yeah.
things you can do. Like
That's really cool.
Those
communities
people-
are powerful.
Those people will be like your referral engines. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So guys, go to that link and Sam will put on the site again and just say the link again.
EngageMiniCourse.com.
EngageMiniCourse.com because that's great. And Facebook is making so many changes there. You know it's just going to get better and better. And you don't want to be the one that catches on after everyone else does. Isn't it cool for once, if you're not this person, to be the one that you go, I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been doing that since it started. Be that one person for once. You know, if you haven't been, it's a good feeling. Trust me. The worst feeling is you're not doing this yet, and you go, no, what is it? Don't be that guy.
No.
Or girl. All right. Well, guys, hey, thank you so much for everything that you've delivered, and you guys are speaking all the time. And what's the website they can check out if they wanted to learn more from you guys?
So this is probably the best way is to connect inside of our Facebook group.
Okay.
And in order to do that, you just go to screwcommunity.com.
So you can look at URL, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right, too.
so we just have a unique URL. But here's the thing, pimp your group everywhere. So like anytime someone asks us
Like you
that.
just did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
You just have to constantly spread the word. People will join.
Okay.
Yeah, screwcommunity.com.
Awesome. Well, screwcommunity.com. Go ahead and check it out. See what people are doing. See what these guys are doing because Jill and Josh have built a business where it really serves their life as opposed to their life serving the business, which I think a lot of people unfortunately get stuck doing without that being the intention. So you guys have done a tremendous job of delivering value, and I'm so thankful you're able to be in Arizona. And for all you guys listening and watching, we will see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you like this episode, then subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, and to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. You can get all the links by going to thegsdshow.com. Thanks, and see you next time.